Hi guys, welcome to another episode. So today I'm going to talk to you about getting a visa to Pakistan, a tourist visa. At the moment, the only visa that's available there, it's a 30-day visa. So in the first part of this episode, we will talk about general information, and in part 2 I will talk about the problems that we have personally encountered while getting a visa. So first of all, I know that the visa process have changed over the last couple of years. It is there's no longer a need to visit an embassy. Now the whole process is done online through a NADRA service. So I think this was done with the aim to encourage the tourists coming to the country. However, unfortunately, the process isn't smooth. The form is quite long. There is a lot of detail on it, so you must be ready and take some time to fill it out. So the visa, you're not supposed to apply online for that visa if you are traveling in 3 months or more. So your travel plans should be within the next 3 months, and the visa will be granted for 30 days for a period of 3 months from a moment that the visa has been granted. So like I said before, the process is quite long. There is a lot of question on the application form, although it is straightforward. You need to have few things ready. It is no longer needed to have a sponsorship letter. Other people might tell you differently. That used to be required to have a sponsorship letter either from a sponsor in Pakistan or else a company maybe that you may be traveling with. That is no longer needed, and don't let anyone to tell you that is the case, because when I was applying, researching, certain companies, and I will talk about it in part 2, were telling me that I cannot proceed without that letter. However, if you do if you do plan on getting one, you can still get one now. The visa can be done either through the invitation letter or else through the hotel booking. So if you're planning on no hotel booking, but you are going with a company that's organizing a trip for you, that's okay too, and in that case you will need the invitation letter. And my only word of advice would be that this company is registered with a NADRA service. So the problem is that there is a lot of scammers, unfortunately, out there, and they will charge you anywhere between, I think, $90 to $200 for a fake letter that is not going to go through with the immigration services, obviously, because the service with them isn't registered. So on the NADRA website you can find the information of registered tourism operators. So make sure that if you are getting a letter of invitation, that is coming from one of those operators. So like I mentioned earlier, there's quite a lot of detail that the form will ask you. That will be anything from details about your parents, their nationality, and so on. Also details about yourself, so you will need your work details, where you work, exact addresses, and so on. You will also need to put in your travel in the last 3 years, so the countries that you have visited and the duration of your travel. So make sure you have that in hand. Also, all the documentation will be needed. So I think it was a scan of your passport, and also, like I said, either an invitation letter or a hotel booking. If it's a hotel booking, make sure the hotel booking covers the entire length of stay. And also there is an option at the bottom asking you whether you have an itinerary, and it's always good to say yes, and just give them names and addresses of the hotels that you're planning to stay in while in Pakistan. I know at the start, it might be quite hard because you might be only at the stage of planning your trip and you don't exactly know where you're going. But I know from a lot of people that they will have just booked one hotel booking. You can always cancel it, and just to make sure it covers your stay. So the confirmation of the hotel booking will also be required by the NADRA service, and you will be uploading that to your documents. And there is also section there for other documents, such as, for example, if you are a citizen of one country but living in another country, you will have to prove your residency in the country that you are working or living in. And so there is also a section for that. So be sure you are going to fill it in. So there is a lot of questions and a lot of pages. You probably, it's not a visa that you can just sit down and apply for in 5 minutes. You will be going, through different stages. I would say just reserve maybe for yourself 1 hour to complete the whole visa process, and that should be fine. At the end, you're going to be asked to make a payment. In the case of the 30-day tourist visa, it was a cost of $35, so quite acceptable. The only thing I say to you, make sure that you are paying attention to what you're putting in, because once you put it in, it's going to be impossible to change anything. Also, there's only one application allowed per one passport holder. So let's say the application is assigned to your passport number. So if you made a mistake, let's say, and if you wanted to apply for a different visa or different land or different airport, because you're also going to be asking the visa what airport you are coming through, what airport you're leaving and the dates and so on. Make sure you fill it out right, because there is no room for mistakes there. You're not going to be able to do another visa if you make a mistake in this one. So it's only like you only have a one go at it. We learned the hard way. I will talk about it in the episode 2. So it is going to be impossible then to contact anyone to resolve any issues that you might have. So do it right from the very start, and you should be okay. Like I said, the process is okay, only that they do ask a lot of questions. To be fair, it was probably one of the most challenging visa applications that I've done, because of the detailed information that they require. However, it is doable. I'm glad we went through it, although it was very stressful at the end. So make sure you have all the documents at hand before you even go apply for it. So like I said, this kind of a passport, your travel plans, also either a letter of invitation or a hotel booking for duration of your stay. I know from experience that if you are trying to contact an embassy in case of any trouble with the application, they're not very willing to help you. I have contacted 2 embassies in 2 different countries because I have a dual citizenship, and neither of them were able to help me. So please make sure you do it right. So that's about it, guys. If you have any question about the process, or the questions asked in the application, feel free to comment down below, and I will try to answer any questions that you might have. I'm currently back now from Pakistan, so currently in Abu Dhabi. We've done a good bit of back in Pakistan, so I have a bit of time to answer those questions. So in the second part of this episode, I will talk about the problems that we have encountered with a Pakistani visa, and how did we go around it. We obviously are only back, so we managed to get a visa, but it's not always as straightforward as one would like. So guys, if you like the channel, please like and subscribe and comment down below, and hopefully tune in to my second part of this episode. But take care.